that tree. I could write about that tree. I could write a whole book about that tree. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a very beautiful tree, honestly. It's just... She's struggling today though. Isn't she? It's a shame. That's what I say, if you look at a tree, Andrew, you better turn that music off or YouTube will be getting onto you. If you can take roots in life like a tree, that's the good roots of, you know. You think about it, I mean, we don't have them anymore. They chopped them all down, didn't they? But the trees were here for a long, long time. Some of these oak trees and stuff, I think there's still remnants down in some parts of England where there's 600 to 800 year old oaks. But these were oaks that were all over the country, even in Scotland. But they cut them all down. They cut all the Scots pine down, apart from the remnants that are left. And these are young ones, so they're not remnants of the original Caledonian forest. There's hardly anything left. They cut them all down. And they chased all the people away from the lands. So all we've got now is barren moors and sheep. A few hill walkers. People shooting grouse. But my point being about the tree, if you're going to approach a big beech tree, I mentioned before, the beech tree is it's effeminate. Just like that birch is effeminate. She's definitely female. And the beech trees, the old beech trees are like grandmothers. And if you sit by a beech tree and talk your problems to the beech tree, your problems will be taken away from you. They will. No matter what you've got in your mind that you wish to take away, but don't want to disclose to a friend or family member or someone else, go and speak to a beech tree. He'll take away the problems. And if you get an old oak tree, you won't get a 600-year-old oak tree, but you might get a 200 or 300-year-old oak tree. And likewise, I mean, they're the grandfathers of the forest. And if you sit by an old oak tree, you're back against the oak bark. Lots of your ailments will be taken out of your body as well. And you can talk to them as well. They don't talk back. They listen. There's a difference. It's like a good friend, a real trusted friend that you know, they'll listen but not make judgment. They'll offer good advice, but they'll not make judgment. They'll tell you of the error of your ways, but they won't make judgment. Well, an old oak tree, you know, unless you're connected, you can actually hear the oak tree's response and the beech tree. But for most people, just talking to the tree has sufficed to get their mental issues sorted out, emotional issues sorted out, or even their physical ailments sorted out. That birch tree knows that I've been talking about her, and she knows that I can't do anything about the wind or rain. But she's also so aware, and I mean, she's probably in a sense, well, it's so lovely of Andrew to say so. I know you can't help me, but I do appreciate what he's saying. I do. That birch tree shows more gratitude in 5 minutes than some people do in a lifetime. I don't know why they put that birch tree there. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was self-seeding. She chose to be there because she liked the view, or she knew previously that at some point I was going to come along with my camera and stick it in this direction day after day for weeks on end. And she was maybe quite happy to be in the frame. Yeah, I think that's about right. But the trees, I mean, they do suffer. The trees get frightened in a big storm. I mean, that storm that came through last November that kind of whipped through like a channel from the Aberdeenshire right through Perthshire, and particularly through the local part of where I stay. It was devastating. I went up to the woods a couple of days afterwards, just about 3 miles from where I stay, and the devastation, I mean, it was simply enough to bring tears to your eyes. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see all these majestic trees all lying flat like they were on the battlefield of the Somme or something in the First World War. They were all like wounded soldiers just lying, and nothing could be done for them. And you could actually feel the pain from these trees. You could actually hear their cries. That's not a word of a lie. You could actually hear their cries and the moans. So very similar to what I would imagine it'd be like on a major battlefield like Passchendaele or the Somme or something like that, which I still say is one of the cruelest wars in history for no reason. So again, you think to yourself, well, nature versus nature, and I certainly believe that the sequence of numbers probably came into play there as well. And the reason I say that is because It's the one way of regenerating new growth, the new land, a newness of spirit for the little seedlings that you don't see because they can't get a chance to get any light because of the big branches of the other big trees that are there. So this predestined wind comes straight through to make room. In a way, I think that's life itself, isn't it? All the people that have gone before us are certainly here for a purpose. And they had a time when their time was over. But I don't think that's over, because I think that the people that I'm talking about, well, hundreds of billions of people that have been on this earth, there's no way that they would live for 60 to 100 years and all that they've achieved and experienced and potentially invented, for example. There's no way any of that would go to waste. So I think there's a new generation of a regeneration of the souls of these people, which are present in all of us. Not sure. It just seemed quite an odd thing if somebody had spent most of their life in isolation, maybe writing or painting or composing music, for example, and for none of it to be read or viewed or listened to. You would think that would be wasted, but I don't think it is. I think it's shared amongst us from the dead souls of the past, because I actually think that there's just a thin veil. Put your finger through it into the other land, where all these people are still alive. Absolutely. There's no way that all these people would be of no use anymore in God's creation. They're still with us, but they're not present in this dimension. Put your finger right through the veil. Well, you'll join them one day, so you'll meet them again. But anyway, I don't want to sound morbid, so sometimes the rain can do that, eh? The morbid rain.